All right, we are. Let me see. Yep, we're live. Hey, Melissa. I guess people start strolling in once the notification goes out. We'll give it a couple minutes, but I just wanted to chime in right quick. We are still doing. I'm probably gonna. Are you available Thursday evening instead of tomorrow evening?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna still do our weekly chat, our weekly podcast. We will be doing it Thursday, so we can cover these 3 days. But I wanted to jump on, and I got my girl Bree with me. We're not going to do Beyond the Gates. It was pretty much, typical. But I really wanted to hit a couple huge things on both Y&R and also on The Bold and the Beautiful that happened today. I was highly disappointed. Some people, after watching Young and the Restless, I thought it was just me, Bree, but when I sent y'all that message yesterday, that it literally gave me a headache. And then
Yeah.
when you said it gave you a migraine, I was like, okay, well, I'm not alone.
No. No. They did this to us. They need to
Oh
pay
my
our medical
God.
bill.
Girl, I could not believe. How many people in the chat? Can you see? Anybody? I see two people. Hey, January. Janera May and Melissa. I see them two in the chat.
That was quick. Almost 20 people already.
Oh, good. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, you guys. Come on in. Come on. We're about to have a quick board meeting. You know how they do at these corporate jobs. They'd be like, come on in for a quick meeting. Yeah, we need to have a chat. I hope everybody got the memo. Hey, Keita. Hey, Eula. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Okay, so I'm not going to keep you guys long. Bree and I kind of wanted to hop on and kind of talk about what happened in today's episode. We are still doing the weekly podcast. We will be doing it on Thursday night, being that this week is preempted. Tomorrow is the last episode for this week for YNR, BNB, and BTG. So we still will do a weekly podcast, but it will be on Thursday night. Okay. Hey,
Hmm.
Medora. Hey, Indigo. Miranda. Hey, you guys. All right. So, as we got a handful of you folks in here, I'm going to go ahead on and, well, first of all, because some new people might have popped in and outside of our, hey, Aisha, outside of our regular usual suspects, as you would call them. This is Soap
Hmm.
Corner Talk. I wanted to do some more standalone videos, but as you guys know from what I told you on Friday, I injured my arm, so it's been slow moving at best. But I will be getting back to that, so stay tuned. But I still, want to do this live with you guys. We normally go live every Friday or Monday nights, depending on the week, to do our weekly recaps and any other videos that's happened on this channel. I'm T. Miss Bree is on the line. We do also have another co-host by the name of Keisha, and she usually pop on our weekly chats. But we wanted to. Oh, girl, a lot better than Aisha. A lot better than last week. My arm was jacked up last week. Oh my God. So I'm able to have a lot more mobility. It is still a little bit sore though. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. All right, so let's jump into this because we're coming up on the 3 o'clock hour, 4 o'clock hour if you're on the East Coast. I did something a little different, a little cute. If you look at the screen, you'll see the Y&R storyboard. And it have four photos there with a little bit of quotation. You see it there, Bree?
I love it.
Yep. So if you see under Diane's photo, it say, I just left my husband because he was a drug victim. Um, Jack, under his photo, I said, why don't you understand Victor used Patty to victimize me? Nate, Victoria, and Kane. It says, Nate says, I'm super simping for Victoria. Leave her alone. It's all your fault. Kane is like, you idiot. She's lying. And then under
Mm.
Phyllis's photo, Phyllis is saying, I won, Victor. You can't play me. And Victor saying, I just did.
It's like a comic book strip.
I had to do it. I actually came across this template in Canva, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna use this one. I like that. And I put little quotes under the photos too. I can't do it on the weekly because it's too many multiple storylines. But since we were only talking about a couple of them today, I wanted to do this. So,
I love it.
all right. So let's get into it. I want to first start with we're going to start with Nate, Victoria, and Kane. I was how can I describe it? I was angry at Kane, but at the same, I mean at Nate, but at the same time, I'm not surprised.
I can't wait for the day he gets screwed over again,
Me too.
personally,
Yep.
because it serves him right. You're a whole doctor. You're a whole doctor. You got your degree, and you're supposed to have like the most common sense, educationally at least, to be pragmatic and at least put two and two together. He said himself, well, Lily was missing around the time that all of this takeover stuff had happened. And, we went to Victor, and, well, we suspect that he probably took. Okay. Why don't you let this woman answer the question? And then Kane pops in. He
Mm-hmm.
shows you a whole picture
Mm-hmm.
that Victor has been forcing my hand to give him them companies that I no longer acquire, by the way, in order to let Lily and the kids go free. This man, instead of allowing Kane to try to grill Victoria, she was backed into the corner. This was the perfect opportunity. This man says, no, don't you have a flight to catch? You don't need to do this to Victoria. You don't have to answer. If she says that everything's going to work itself out, it will. What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that gave me a
I
migraine.
was
I was
so, and I'm like, dude, she been lying to you for the longest. For
in
the
your
longest,
face.
in your face. And this man, like you said, had her in the corner, showed the photo, and then he jumps in, putting his cape on. And that's why I sent that message in the group chat yesterday, and I was like, he is the cosmic universe of all eons simp because he jumped in Kane's face and said, "Well, she said she didn't know anything. You know what? You got a plane to catch, don't you?" I'm like, "You idiot."
Seriously. I thought you were concerned about your cousin. Here's the thing. Prior to Kane even showing up, he was
Mm-hmm.
telling Victoria, maybe I should call the police. You think?
You think?
It's been almost 2 months, and now you think it's time to call the police. And then this woman's telling you, oh, everything's gonna resolve itself pretty soon.
That should have
She's
been a
got the
cue. She just told on herself.
yeah. And on top of that, this woman is lying directly in your face. Kane is showing you a picture. So that's proof that Victor is making it seem like he's holding the kids hostage, Lily and the kids hostage. So we know that Victor is capable of doing this. She's looked at you dead in your face and she said, no, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yep. That's
And you
why I
taken
have
for
that
her.
little Pinocchio, and you probably couldn't see it down there. There's a little Pinocchio next to the she's lying part down there because
I
she
see it.
lied. She was a, as they say, a bold-faced liar.
Yeah. Oh, all them lies are going to catch up to her.
Yeah. Well, you
And
know what? They're gonna catch up to Nate too. I mean, it's like, do you have boxolitis? You ain't even got back with her yet, and you already doing too much.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see why Holden's trying to like jump through all these hoops to try to get Claire. At least he got the box a few times. You haven't had the box in what, 2 years?
Girl, he want that back. I guess he Audra who?
Uh, uh, that's so pitiful. And my thing is, why would it be so far fetched for Victor to do something like this? considering what he's done to Nate several times.
Thank you. But you know what? He's talking out the side of his neck, and he's a real behavioral hypocrite. And I'll say because he was so pissed off at Audra for working for Victor to do that whole thing with Kyle. Yeah, you go and you jump right back in that same family that you didn't want Audra associated with. So she can't work for Victor, but you can go and give Victor what Christmas alcohol and then try to
Tequila.
tequila and come over for Christmas and stuff. Dude, man, please. Nate is
So
oh my god, girl, he looks so
Aud-
pathetic.
he really does. He lost all of his attractiveness, to be honest. Like
Hmm.
the actor himself is a gorgeous man, but the character, I'm like, ugh,
Yeah, the
get off my
characters
screen.
suck. You
Like,
know, both of those. I mean, they all three of them cape for the Newmans. Devon, because my thing is, where is Devon? The last time we saw that conversation that Nate was talking about was way back in February. So y'all went to see Victor. We didn't even get the ending to that conversation. We only got him confronting Victor about it. And what, y'all did nothing all this time?
that's what basically what Nate was saying. He was like, "Oh, Victor gave us the runaround, and we weren't sure what to do." And Lily usually posts pictures wherever she goes, and I find that to be suspicious. Maybe I should call the police.
Well,
Maybe.
it's a dumb storyline at this point because now that that company or that AI or whatever Newman has transferred to multiple hands away from Kane, and Kane has, I mean, even Victor says I got to move on because I don't think Kane gonna come through. Why is whether he's holding Lily against her will or she's playing a part of it? Why is it still going on?
Mm-mm-mm.
There's no use for it at this point because you've already given up on Kane. So if Kane is useless, what's the purpose? And I understand she was in the process of coming back, meaning Crystal Khalil of her maternity leave, but at some point, it's just like okay, you don't need her now. She don't even need to play along. Chancellor is not in your hands now. The only other thing is maybe he is planning to give that if Phyllis. This is and we'll talk about Phyllis, but if he does get Chancellor back, is he gonna get that company to Lily now? Because him and Nikki is on the outs right now.
Ooh, that was such a funny conversation.
Girl.
But at this point, Lily is just stupid because how long was she expecting to pretend like she's been kidnapped?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost 2 months.
More than
Victor
that, ain't
said
it?
nothing.
Didn't it start like before the new year?
This started at the beginning of February sweeps.
I'm talking about with her being kidnapped. I thought it was before then.
Beginning of February sweeps because Phyllis and Kane. Oh, hold on. Did they acquire it?
Oh yeah, you're right. It was the end of January going into
End
February.
of January. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
End of January is when this February sweeps has started. So it was around then. So from end of January to now, and she's still pretending that she and the kids have been kidnapped. You would think common sense would be like, you know what? He hasn't acquired anything. Nothing has changed. Yada, yada, yada. Let me just go ahead and come out of hiding. And if she really went along with this, which I think that she did, she's also a fool, just like her brother and just like her cousin.
Exactly.
To trust anything that Victor had to say and trust his word. Why would he give her anything? You were a means to an end. You were just leverage. He treated her like a piece of furniture. That's it. Sorry, not piece of furniture, collateral.
That's it. And Kane has been non-successful. Even the conversation that Phyllis had with Kane about, converting Daniel. That was a waste of time. Do I actually believe that Phyllis probably knew he was going to not be able to do that?
Yeah. She wasn't concerned. She too happy with and drunk with power. That's all she cares about. She's expecting her kids to eventually come back around.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, Phyllis makes a very valid point. It's no different from what most of the men have done in that city.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with Victoria trying to go over to Milan to speak with Summer, Summer would be a whole hypocrite to look at her mother a certain type of way, but her grandfather has no problem going after the other side of her child's legacy.
I agree.
And also, and taking Harrison's grandfather hostage.
Mm-hmm.
She would look like a whole hypocrite. And of course, I wouldn't expect for Victoria to say anything, but I would assume that Kyle would say something.
I would hope so, but they're going to be so caught up in this mess, which we got to talk about. Oh, God, Jesus. We'll get there. I got to say, though, Nate turned around and said all this is Kane's fault. Okay, he had the AI program, but all this other stuff with kidnapping folks and all that, why can't you lay accountability at where it's at? Nobody told him to go and react to what Kane had by kidnapping other people.
Right. He just overlooked that whole part.
Yes, he did.
Like it was nothing. Like, this is all because you did this. You keep bringing destruction like you did over in Nice. You mean the same group of people who made a choice to hop on a plane to go there, and they had the option of not to go.
Exactly.
So those same people. Okay. And when it came to the AI software, it is well known, because I know Lily has said this ad nauseum, that it's already been used by Victor.
Right.
And she was actually happy. She congratulated Victor for going after Kane's company.
Exactly.
So Kane had nothing to do but to take it on the chin when Victor attacked his company.
Exactly.
And take it on the chin, trying to kiss up to Lily, and his kids turning away from him, and her turning away from him, and all these different things. What more does Nate want? It's like Victor can do no wrong, but Kane, it's all Kane's fault.
Yeah, but they're trying to, everybody in town is trying to blame all of this destruction on Kane because he had an AI program. Okay, so do you blame the person that had the actual program? Because he admitted that he got stolen from him. All this other stuff with kidnapping people and taking other people's companies, including Matt Clark. Is that on Kane too? Because he blew up his company in L.A., taking of Matt Clark's company, disseminating arabesque, trying to go after Jabot. I mean, and the darn thing ate itself inside Newman because you housed it, you wielded it. So that's all Kane's fault, or any of the actions that, and there was a lot of actions that Victor had taken. None of that is on him. That's all Kane.
Victor has housed that software since September.
Thank you.
And it wasn't a problem for anybody.
Nope.
And Nate wants to be in this woman's good graces so badly. He just ignoring all of the beaming red flags, red lights, red everything, because all the messiness that comes with this family. I can't wait for the day that he screws up. And it may not even be his fault, but if it's remotely against Victor or upsets Victor any kind of way, who's Victoria going to side with? Her daddy.
And see, this is why, and we'll talk about them in the next part of the show, the energy with these two men on the screen that we're talking about versus Bill Spencer.
Ooh, okay.
I just got to go there.
Yeah.
These two give me the ick. And it's because they're so freaking weak.
Yeah. You would never have thought that Kane was a billionaire and Nate was as accomplished a doctor. You would never have thought.
And this
Like,
girl is standing there playing in your face. Both of y'all.
yep, lying through her teeth like it was nothing, as easy as to breathe. And she just weaseled her way out of that conversation, courtesy of Nate, like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. And that's
He
why,
deserved.
as much as Phyllis is out there, this is probably one reason why she said, you know what, I can't do this with you no more. I'm just going to take control of this thing and do it myself. Because Kane
And
is pathetic. Lily is his kryptonite. You've lost pretty much most of your business. Your same person that you going la la over is praising Victor for destroying your company, and then she's playing along to undermine you, and you around here screaming and hollering at everybody about trying to save your family. Now I can understand the kids. It's part of him, okay? But
mm-hmm.
Lily, oh girl, I can't.
Yeah. And you know what's going to happen when she comes out of hiding and she tells him straight to his face, yeah, I was part of the plan to drive you crazy and make you turn over the companies over so I can get Chancellor. I want her to say that. And he's
Mm-hmm.
going to be like, oh, he's going to be like, yeah, I deserve it.
Yeah.
Take me back, Lily. He's going to do it. Oh,
Listen,
so
Bree, I'm
disgusting.
okay with people taking accountability. But when you take the accountability to your detriment, where you're so selfless that you're taking all the blame for other people, that's insane to me.
Yep.
Now,
Oh,
granted, if he said, you know what, maybe I didn't have the right intent, blah, 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 blah. Okay, he's been saying that since this whole thing has happened, especially after Damien died. He tried to take accountability for that, even though Lily participated in setting off a psychopath or a sociopath. You know what I mean? Damien didn't have to be there. He went.
yep. That's not like you can only take accountability for what you've done, but like
He won't take
it's
accountability for everybody.
like I'm like, where is your backbone?
Oh,
These are
girl.
spineless amoebas just walking all through Genoa City, and it's not attractive.
It
It
is
really
not.
isn't.
It is not. And that's why Victor is looking at them like I can play everybody in town because they all are weak minded. Phyllis even is, I'm hoping, we're going to switch gears in a couple minutes over to her, but she trying. At least she's trying. Billy lost it for a while. He was ready to throw everything back. And I know Sally is looking like, shoot, you're going to take a piece of the company back that I'm building. And granted, I understand that he was upset, but look at what they were able to do because they took action. They were able to find Jack. Why don't you think
Yep.
first before emotionally reacting?
Yeah. Uh, uh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems like between Victor and Phyllis, they're the only ones with the real backbone on the show.
Yep. All right, girl, let's keep it moving. It's about 12 after. We're going to turn this into a 2 hour show because we still got to talk about Bold, too. We're going to move
Yep.
over to Phyllis because, and I'm like, girl, you need to think. This man is saying, you know what? I don't even want the whole empire. Just give me Chancellor for Jack. And she's thinking like, okay, why are you went from asking for the whole thing only to wanting one piece. What's up with that? And I'm like, girl, slow your roll. You need to think. Victor is not being nice to you. He got an agenda. And this girl, and then go ahead. What were you about to say, girl?
Oh no, that no, I'm listening. I'm just like she can never play poker a day in her life.
Nope.
She quick to show her hand.
Yep.
She would be at the poker table, be like, "Yeah, I won.
Yep.
I beat you." I'm like, you don't know what the other hand has.
Nope.
You just, and that's pretty much what just played out with her and Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where is your common sense, girl? Like, I'm on your side, but please be smart about this.
Girl, and this man is like, I'll set Jack free right now. He went and did some phony stuff on his phone, knowing that that man is back in Genoa City. I'm like, Phyllis, don't sign nothing. Say, let me think about it. And I
They
was
could get a food
hoping
delivery
Billy,
service.
somebody texted her to say, hey, the plan's off. We found Jack.
That could have been like getting a food delivery service or something. He could have like pressed like a security like doorbell. Like she don't know what this man had pressed.
Now she about to look like a fool too. Now remember, I'm hoping because as they only had a verbal agreement. She said that he said I'm gonna send the papers over to your attorney so you can sign them. I'm hoping before she signed those, and I guess we'll find that out today. But I'm
Yeah.
hoping, I mean, for you guys tomorrow, we usually try to get it a day ahead. But I'm hoping that Billy and the Abbotts get in touch with her before she signed Chancellor over to him.
I'm wondering, since we know Nikki's at GCAC,
Mm-hmm.
and we know Diane's gonna make her way over there too, like an idiot,
Mm-hmm.
and we know Phyllis will refuse to get a house outside of the hotel. All of those ladies meet up, and that's how Phyllis finds out
Mm-hmm.
and is able to stop it in time. Because there's supposed to be like some sort of discussion, I guess, between Billy and Phyllis,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a peace offering or something.
You know
So
what? I know one of the other soap content creators was saying that that conversation possibly
Mhm.
as a speculation could be her signing Chancellor over to Billy. So maybe Billy says, "Look, we found Jack already. He played you." And now she going to be looking like, "Oh, really?" And maybe be like, "You know what? All right, I'm gonna double cross you. I'm gonna get this whole thing to Billy again." I'm hoping that's the case.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. There's got to be something, but this is Josh Griffin writing
Mhm.
this,
Mhm.
so and he loves him some Victor, and at least he's the one who loves him some Victor. We know Nikki, she she loves the trinkets, she loves the lifestyle, but anything that hurts Jack, she don't care how Victor feels.
That man told her that, and she was like, "You gonna put me out of the house that you built for me?" And he was like, "Yeah, I burn it down too." I was like, "Oh
I'm like,
well."
girl, this is what you get.
But you know what? That again, Victor, the character, not Eric Braden, but Victor, the
Mhm.
character, is a malignant narcissist. It's
Yeah.
all about the energy that they get from other people and how manipulative that they can get in the transactions that they make through playing chess and being emotionally and psychologically manipulative over all the people that they can reach out to and touch, including family members. There is
And
no way you that mad about losing your company that you kidnap somebody, put them over in the middle of a lake, only to,
Mhm.
I don't know if Victor put the drug in there or if Patty put the drug, but somebody put the drugs in there.
It's very reminiscent of what happened with Jack and Nikki in that hotel room, and I think that was probably his intention when he brought Patty on,
Mm.
because it was specifically party favors.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of being core formed or whatever else.
Well, he was knocked. There was two sets of drugs because he was knocked out when he left Jabot and completely blacked out. He woke up in that room.
Mm-hmm.
So
So he, I wouldn't be surprised with how petty Victor is to try to kick on Jack's addiction habits again, because that's the first thing he thought of to give an addict. Yeah,
right,
this every ounce of this is Victor's doing, because we
of
like
course. Mm-hmm.
Because didn't Jack say that they were both sipping on the same thing, which is like so stupid.
Well, he
So
was dumb. I mean, my thing is the only part that I really fault Jack in is the fact that when you're in a place where you've been kidnapped, and
mhm,
we saw this even with Phyllis and Sharon, that they was afraid to drink the water. And even though she did get a hold to some bad water that almost took her out, after that they didn't want to touch nothing else in that room. So the moment you start feeling woozy, you need to be like, it's just so many things that should have happened in this whole storyline. I will get into that part too, because I really did not. And y'all know how I felt about that when I made my statement on Friday night about this
yeah,
storyline. And we're going to talk about it today too, because I don't like Diane's reaction. She's being one heck of a hypocrite.
okay.
But at the
The,
same time, why did your brain go to some sordid of, you know what, are we done? Did you have anything else on
yeah,
Phyllis?
I don't know. We're
Okay.
good. We go right to
All right.
Diane.
Okay, because I just have to, when I saw yesterday's episode, I was just so disappointed when it comes to Diane. She's slapping this man, and
Yeah.
she's like, well, you need to make it quick because I don't know what else you can tell me to explain this. Okay, why did you get there in the first place, Diane? Because Victor just told y'all a few days ago that yeah, he kidnapped Jack, and if you ever want to see him again, you need to give back Chancellor. So let's start there and remember that piece. Then you got footage from Jabot that this man was knocked out and kidnapped and taken somewhere. You find out from the people at the pier that, yeah, some lady is out there on a boat with him in the middle of the ocean. Patty was in a maximum security prison. How the heck did she get out of there unless she got some type of power to get a pardon? Who got that kind of
Mm-hmm.
power? All of that
Yep.
just went out the window. You got here because of everything that happened prior to this. And this man tells you, I was drugged. I didn't know what the heck was that. I fought it and fought it. I don't know what happened. I think this is Victor's doing. And you look at this as if he been cheating with Patty for years.
Yeah. And she's a whole hypocrite because she did this to this man, what, about 12, 15 years ago to try to trap and get a baby out of him. She did this exact same thing. So she couldn't read between the lines and seeing what had happened to her husband. You can't give him the benefit of the doubt
Yeah,
at all.
girl, wait a minute. You remember her coming back. First of all, she lied and said that she was some name. I forgot it was back in 2022 when she was this
Mm-hmm.
real estate agent, knowing who exactly as she was. She was involved with Jeremy Stark. She had all these other baggages. She was gone from your son for over a decade, and it was always one thing after the other, and Kyle and Jack kept forgiving her.
Yep. They were
This
committing crimes to keep her out of jail, too.
Exactly. Committing whole crime. Went and stole a necklace out of Victor's place or whatever
Yep.
for her.
Sure did.
Y'all went through all of that together so you can be the matriarch and get him back as a husband. Only for this man to be victimized with a drug, and then you say, you cheated on me and I'm out.
And the thing is, Jack isn't the only one she tried to trap too. She tried to trap Victor the same way, and she tried to pass off Kyle as Victor's child for a while.
Yeah, well,
But
she
when it
ended up
comes,
stealing that sperm because I went back and I read that earlier this week or late
mm-hmm,
last week. She stole sperm, and
yeah,
Nikki switched it.
yep. But when it comes to this particular scenario, she did the exact same thing to Jack years ago. Years ago, she got no room to judge a soul. If anything, give your husband the benefit of the doubt. And he put all this trust and all this faith in you, and you literally threw it back in his face and you slapped him.
Yep. This man was SA'd. We said that.
Yes. And
And
she did the same thing.
girl, I was like, really, Diane? That's what we doing? Now I could see if Nikki was in that room because I've been on her side when it comes with this attention with Nikki.
Yeah.
Cause I'll be like, yeah, Nikki showing. Remember, she showed up to the house on Valentine's Day and
Sure did.
all this kind of stuff. Nikki, he said, I will drop anything, any day, anytime, any night to go and help Nikki. This is somebody that was busted out of prison by Victor, and you act like he slept with Nikki.
Exactly. Talking about I graduated from a mental institution. So she was afraid of what would happen to Jack while she was in the car, and then she sees what happened in the room. So this man is telling you, hey, I wasn't in my right mind. I think I was drugged. I was such and such.
Girl, she said, forget about the drugs. Did you hear her say that in today's
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah. This is so disappointing because I've been on, surprisingly, I was on Diane's side like you were, but especially with the way that Jack was moving. But here's an instance where he was attacked. Now, the roles, like you were saying, were reversed. And let's say it was a crazy person like Jeremy Stark or something in bed with Diane and Jack caught her. There would be uproar, especially online, going against Jack and saying, like, how dare you treat her this way? She was attacked. She was such and such. She was drugged.
She was
yada, yada,
essayed.
yada.
Exactly. And we cannot deny it because we saw it on the flip side when it came to Zende and Luna at that time,
Yeah.
a year, 2 years ago. Everybody
she
was
did that to herself.
exactly, and everybody was coming for the soap. Social media was enraged by that.
Yep.
So
Giving that poor actor grief.
it happened to Will. We hardly heard anything. Some of the dialogue was, well, you don't have to say anything. Or Ivy saying, well, he slept with another woman before. No. No.
Even his own mother
Correct.
tried to pacify it until she found out it was Luna.
Yep.
Talking about, like, don't worry, it happens. My son, when he was drunk, he's partying, it happens. She pacified that. So it's a double standard.
Absolutely.
When it's a man who's essayed, and it's just not right. It should be equal across the board. Wrong is wrong.
Because I guarantee you. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Bree. Go finish.
No, I was gonna say that there's been a lot of people on Diane's side when it comes to this situation.
That is insane. There is no way. And I think about this especially when it comes to my son. I have a 26-year-old. If no, would have to come and get me, Bree.
There's just,
you have a son. I have a son. If that has happened where your son was drugged and taken advantage of, I'm not going to look at it like, oh, he was a man, he must have wanted it. No.
I'm gonna be in that maximum mental facility where Patty should be, waiting to graduate.
It shouldn't happen to the daughters. It shouldn't happen to the women. It shouldn't happen either way. And I know people will be like, oh, it's just a soap. Yeah, well, tell that to Zende character and the actor.
And yeah, that poor guy. And they also took him off the screen for a bit because of the backlash. And they rewrote it to give him, a clear pass, saying like, oh, I wanted it. I did this to myself and yada, yada, yada. And even after the fact, they were still bringing that up, which was crazy because that actor has nothing to do with that writing.
Exactly.
And even so with the writing, when it came to what happened with Will, it was pacified. Like it was nothing.
Yeah, and it just got breezed over.
Yeah, and the fans are online like, this is wrong. This is not okay. This is SA.
Mm.
why are they not acknowledging it? It was just crazy. And then with the stuff with Jack now, it was completely pacified.
You know another public figure that happened with that's been pacified, and I'll just say CB.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah,
talking about?
yeah,
Mm-hmm. So when it goes that way, it's swept under the rug. When it goes to the other side, it's magnified. And it should be magnified either way because it's wrong either way.
yeah.
So,
Like, you can't give your husband the benefit of the doubt. Like, you rushed to the whole yacht for a reason, ma'am. And
mm-hmm.
then you gonna, and in that picture, she just gonna sneak off, get her bags, and just walk out the house. I'm like, wow. And the grief that Jack was getting from his son too. I'm
Right.
like,
I'm like, dude, you was just in a whole thing where you tried to get with Audra to set her up in a compromising position, which is why this whole mess with Claire went the other direction.
yeah, that was actual cheating.
Mm-hmm.
You were fully coherent and nothing but a towel going to this girl's room. Or she went to your room, didn't bother to change her clothes. You were more focused on trying to prove a point. He ain't got no room to say nothing. But once again, your dad was SA'd and it's completely pacified.
Yep. I'm sorry, and I know a lot of people were enjoying. You know, what's her name? What's the actress name that plays Patty? I know her last name is Hyduck. What is her
I
first
think it
name?
starts with an S, doesn't it?
I forgot her name. I mean, she's a great actress. So I don't want to take away from, because I mean, this is a job for her. I fought the writers for this one. So I fought the writers on
Yeah.
this one because they gave her the dialogue to act out.
Stacy.
Stacey Haydick. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and there was some folks I saw it. They was like, "Oh, I enjoyed oh, Patty was hilarious." No, the action, no, 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 no.
Maybe prior to that, okay, like that's typical Patty, but
I mean, this
it's
man is
just,
literally saying, "No, I don't want to do this." Oh no, just relax. It, most people call things like that grooming.
yeah, it just wasn't nothing to get excited about or
Yep.
cheerlead for, at least from my end. And everyone's entitled to their opinion, and they've been definitely sharing that online, and they are team Diane, and they were literally saying, I'll take some screenshots too, put it in the group chat,
Okay.
saying like, how can Jack do this to her? It's like, I don't care how drugged you are. Like, if you got
What?
your lower region functioning, you wanted to do it,
That's a
and that you're
lie.
cheating. Yes,
Y'all, obviously,
stuff
these people
like
don't
that.
understand biology.
Stuff like that.
So if it was the other way around and the woman had a physical reaction, she must have wanted. Of course not. No means no.
Yep.
Okay.
But
Well, you know what?
yeah.
I'm I'm gonna move on.
Like, have you seen this stuff like on Reddit and like some of the blog stuff
Girl, I've
about
been
this?
trying to avoid it because based on what, some of the conversations that we've been having, in the group chat, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna. Mm. I was already having a
Okay.
headache from this particular episode, but just the mere fact that you walk out on your husband because he was SA. If a man walked out on his wife when she was SA, the place would explode. And I'm going to leave it right there.
Yep. Yep.
All right, we got to go to bowl, girl.
Yep. Oh
Okay,
boy,
so
this mess.
I have the storyboard for the bold and the beautiful. So in the top left photo, we got Steph, Ivy, and Electra. And they're saying, I need you to fire Dylan. She stole Electra's boyfriend. And Steffi's like, look, this is a business I'm trying to run. See your way out. Um, then I got Will and his parents. Dad, you're messing up my life. And Bill is saying, disrespectful boy, your life is because of us and the money and your house, everything that you have.
Facts.
Uh, we also have number three, where RJ is saying, dude, you need to be fired. You don't belong here. And Will saying, I know I'm stupid enough to push pens and coffee and chase girls and forget my legacy. And
Oh,
number four is with Electra and Dylan. Electra said, this is my world and I need you to leave it. And Dylan is like, I guess Deke is right. You don't understand struggle, Miss Silver Spoons.
okay. This girl said, "This is my world." Well, honey, if it was your world, you would have your way with me.
Okay, so Cheryl, the podcast will be Thursday since we have one more episode for this week because of the March Madness preemptions. It will be Thursday night. So yes, we still would be doing a weekly podcast, but it'll be Thursday night.
Yep, I'll be there.
Okay, girl, which one of these do you want to start at?
Look, we can definitely do Miss Electra and Miss Ivy and Steffi getting those two together. This the way that this girl just like stomped into the showroom with Ivy and they're telling her, well, you need to change your decision. Like, why did you hire her on? You need to fix that. You need to change that. Steffi's like, no, that's final. Y'all need to get over yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
which they do. Once again, they are employees. They can have the last name, but the owner of the company made a final decision. And Ivy is telling her, like, well, she made moves on Will. Like, do you even care about that? Like, do you even care about what happens with Electra? Sophie's like, look, that ain't none of my business, not my concern. My decision is final.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yes. That's exactly. And she shut, and they both shut up,
Mm.
right on up. And you got, I was about to say Victoria, you got Electra just sticking her lip out, just pouting, crossing her arms. Like, girl,
Tell me why
you so
that kiss
mad.
haven't come out that RJ and Electra shared. What? Why are we sitting on that? Are we gonna do that like that whole kiss between Steffi and Liam back 3, 4 years ago?
Them two kisses.
Yes. Why is that not coming out? I was hoping with maybe Dylan will say it tomorrow with this confrontation.
Either Dylan's going to say it or RJ's going to say it to
Somebody
throw it
needs
in
to
real
say
quick.
it.
Yeah, it's going to come out in like an outrageous way. Or maybe Ivy might be petty enough to say something since she witnessed the kiss. But
You know that needs to come but Electra has to be the recipient of it because she's the one not saying anything about it.
see, she avoiding all. She wants all the entitlement and no accountability.
That's why I'm hoping that either Dylan says it to her or Will need to say it to her. Will had the opportunity last week and he let her run her little butt up out of there.
It's like, no, I'll let her be the one to say it.
Who?
That girl's never gonna say
She's
it to
not
your
going to
face.
tell you that.
And that's a lesson learned on his part. But the fact that this girl, when Dylan walked in, you're
Mm-hmm.
telling this girl she needs to quit her job and then say, like, I've given you everything. I even let you stay at my boyfriend's house. Like an idiot.
Girl,
You
that's
did
not a
this.
flex, ma'am. You let a woman stay at your man's house. I don't know nobody who would.
Nope.
I know I wouldn't. I know you
Nope.
probably wouldn't.
Nope. Mm-mm.
My
Look,
so-called friend, technically, they haven't known each other that long.
right. Like, we're best friends.
How is that
We
your
were
best
best.
friend?
Right. Like, we have never seen you like up around Dylan until the stuff that's happened with Luna, and that's it. But once again, these are young girls, so they might be best friends after a week and a half or something, for all we know, which pretty much, I guess, is what happened. But even still, you live with your grandfather. He got nothing but rooms at his GCAC.
Exactly. That was dumb on her part. And I'm not saying that, you know, do well. You put your best friend over there, so that's what you deserve. But the thing is, it was dumb on her part to make that type of decision.
Yeah. And then on top of that, you hiding some kisses, but you want to throw in this girl's face like, oh, you kissed my man. Yeah, after the fact.
Yeah,
So,
because he came back to tell. See, that's what I'm hoping for tomorrow. I'm hoping that Dylan is like, oh, wait a minute, ma'am. He came back and said that he saw you kissing RJ, which is why he came back to me. This is where we
yeah,
need to clap back. I need Dylan. Dylan is soft and sweet, and that's cool, but she also needs to get a backbone and stand up for herself.
I agree. And I hope, like, writers, we know you guys listen to the podcast, give her like an Amber Moore esque sort of element to this character. She's a beautiful girl, and she has chemistry with a lot of the guys. Like, if Electra is really trying to accuse this girl of trying to sabotage, then go ahead and let Dylan sabotage them. And then let's see how Electra likes that. But Will is not Electra's man.
Mm-mm.
So that billionaire son is up for grabs. And
Mm-hmm.
if it's not Dylan, it'll be those girls that work with Electra who are thirsty
Mm-hmm.
after her ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Because
And
they
will
want one
gladly
of them. One of them want RJ, and the other one want Will.
exactly. And they don't mind stepping over Electra to do that. They were trying to be fake and phony friends right in her face, like, oh my God, what happened? Oh, you
Girl.
guys broke up. That's unfortunate. And then go to the office with Will. It's like, hey, you need to come out with us. Like, we'll take your mind off of things. Gee, I wonder what they're going to do for that.
Let me ask you a question, Bree. Which would be more painful? For Dylan to work at Forrester while Will is there, or for Will to have gone over to Spencer and taken Dylan with him?
Ooh. If I was insecure, like little Miss Electra, not knowing what would happen,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't lay eyes on anybody.
Right. And you can't control what goes on over there either.
Exactly. So that hit them both going over to Spencer would have been, well, for one, the writing wise would have been the better decision,
Mm-hmm.
but that would make me even more insecure because that would eat me up. Because it's one thing I can see Will, may not talk to him, but at least I can see him. I know he's in the building. I can also keep tabs and keep eyes on Dylan. But what happens if they have like a close moment over at Spencer's? What happens if they develop a connection and out of sight, out of mind?
Mm-hmm.
So, and on top of that, they already live together. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I always have said every time somebody new come on this show, they gotta go work at Forrester. You got a whole nother $1 billion company on this show, which is the Spencers. And I think when Steffi should have let that boy go. When Will put his resignation in a week ago, she should have let him go. As
It,
would you want your daughter or your son Hayes to go and work for Bill? No. You want them to
I
stay
mean,
over at Forrester. Well, let me fix that because Kelly is a Spencer.
right,
So she's on both sides of the legacy. But how about
right,
Hayes?
right. She would feel away and want her son to work over in her family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a natural thing. And I'm glad that Bill and Katie had kind of brought that up. Like, it Will serves no purpose over there.
Nope.
On none. I keep saying to y'all, he's a super intern. He got promoted to going from coffee to lattes. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
For the C-suite, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Will should
And then
be. We've been saying that for months.
Yes. It makes no sense. But actually, we've been saying this for about a year, T, because Katie had wanted to hire him on because she wanted him close in proximity. And then he wanted to be all up underneath Electra. This is all about a year ago.
Yeah, and he didn't even want to do no work over there. I remember the first time they gave him a bunch of papers. He took that stuff and threw it. Now all of a sudden you want a career with a company where the girl don't even want to talk to you right now. You wanted to be there because of her. Now she don't even want to be bothered with you, but you want to stay. For what?
I'm like, you don't want to be a designer. You're not a photographer. You don't know nothing about fabrics. What do you do? What are you trying to do? What is your goals? That's going to be better than the legacy that you have over at Spencer's, because you would rather walk into the building with somebody else's family's name when you got a whole company you can walk into that has your last name.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's that photo number 2, because he's sitting there. The reason that 2 and 3 are tied into each other, because
Yeah.
3 happens prior to, and RJ is in his face. Ridge is looking at him with a strange side eye. And I'm like, this is what you want to be here for? And then he goes over to his parents and try to get up in their face. How could you do this to Eric? How did Eric do this to himself? That's the other thing of this whole storyline. Everybody's arguing around the one person who caused this in the first place.
Yeah. And then
they treat him like a baby, like he can't speak up for himself. And it's like, that dude got mad, got in his feelings because you retired him, surprisingly, and decided to carry his butt over to Spencer's, knock on that door, offer his designs to Katie. Katie was like, are you sure about this? This could be a problem. He was like, well, I need to be somewhere where people respect me. Okay, they give you the respect. They even give you a paycheck. You gave them designs, and then when you want to play kumbaya with Ridge, now you're like, well, I don't want them to do with my stuff. Sorry, sir, you sold your product.
He moving like a child, and then when
Correct.
Ridge was like, oh, he's so sad. He's so beside himself as to what just happened and what they did to him. No, this is probably why he should have stayed retired, because he's acting like he never founded a company and doesn't understand how business works.
You would think he would know.
He did this to himself.
He did this to himself. You caused all this chaos because you got in. And granted, Ridge should not have retired somebody who did not sign up for retirement. So he got to take the L on that. And he even said that to Brooke, and Brooke talked him out of it, talking about, no, but they took advantage of him. They're the liars and the stealers and blah, blah, blah. And we heard Ridge try to blame it on Bill, and she was like, no, Katie is the problem too. Why do you want to hate this girl so much?
Because she's shining and new, and Brooke is not.
Girl,
there's some people who live for attention. You know how like some people like will be on social media platforms, and they live and they feed for attention. They get that dopamine hit, and they can't help themselves. Brooke has always been the spotlight. So that's why she keeps bringing up, like, you keep using my name. That name has been ran down, drug up, everything for decades. That's the last thing I would think that either sister would want to remember as their name. Like, Brooke brought that family name down to the gutter.
Yep.
That's what I was saying yesterday. 5 kids, 4 baby fathers.
Mm-hmm.
They all pretty much within the same family pool.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yep.
And all of these men going back and forth with men, scandal after scandal. That's what your name has brought.
Mm-hmm.
And you think Katie wants to feed off of that? What woman in her right mind want to feed off of that?
Mm-hmm.
But she's no longer shining and new. No, that she's not getting the attention she used to get for 30 years. It's not about her anymore. Mm-hmm. That's what this is really about.
I agree. I totally agree. Which now brings us back to Katie and Bill. And this is why I described the difference with Nate and Kane versus billionaire Dollar Bill Spencer. Mm-hmm. He ain't finna let nobody talk crazy to him. His kids, Ridge, nobody.
Even Brooke, you see the way he was talking about Brooke? He was like, that. No, we can get security to get both of them up out of here.
I mean, that man stood his ground. That's what you need. And he kept it straight factual. He told his son, let me break it down for you. Let me help you understand business enterprise. You bring a product. He walked in the door over here, offered your mother his product. We paid him for said product. And it's ours. We own it. And he's like, well, you don't have to explain it to me. I've been around you all my life. Yeah, that's because you're coming up next to the legacy.
And this boy said, he really said that. Like, you don't have to explain business to me. I've been around it all your life. And your daddy has been running corporations most of his life prior to you being born. So why don't you get a chair out, get a pen and paper, and listen to your daddy?
Then he turned around and say that I don't care about the Forresters, but you're ruining my life. The only reason that your life is ruined is because you're in the midst of hanging out with the Forresters. They're getting on your nerves. It's not your daddy's actions. They're butthurt, and it's coming back to you.
Mm-hmm. So and the thing is, he can't even explain how his daddy has ruined his life. How can you be a boy who was handed a whole beach house?
Mm-hmm.
Never had to work a day in his life up until him working over at Forrester Creations that his mother helped him get, by the way. Mm-hmm. He will forever have trust funds, bank accounts full of millions of dollars, none of which he's ever had to work for. He was born into it. How could he have the whole attitude telling his daddy, well, you ruined my life? Well, what if your daddy can ruin your life and take all of it away? Mm-hmm. And then you have to really rely on them Forrester checks.
That house that you living in belongs to your dad. He gave it to you. Mm-hmm. How you're able to have that beach house, go out on the beach, surf, swim, take little night showers, and all this other stuff that you're doing is because Bill Spencer owns that property and he gave it to his son. He could have gave it back to RJ because RJ was originally renting it.
Or he could have sold that off and gave Taylor a place to stay. Mm-hmm. That would have been nice. But instead, we see her in her shoebox closet called her office. Mm-hmm. So,
and at her daughter's house.
Yeah. Like, this boy he is a definition of privilege. Mm-hmm. Everything that Deke was talking about when he was speaking with Dylan, mm-hmm. This is it. The entitlement, the disrespect to his father. I don't care how much money your daddy has made. You don't disrespect either one of your parents. And
girl, did you see how he tried to talk to Katie?
Yes.
He was like, and I like the fact Bill's like, don't talk to your mama like that. Who you think you are?
Yeah. The nerve. Mm-hmm. Couldn't be my son. There was a lot of things I would have probably said, but just the entitlement. this privilege. You don't, I don't care what amount of money you have in your bank account or what your daddy was able to give you. Your daddy worked hard to make sure that you were okay, that you were taken care of, and you want to stick up for people that's not even part of your family. The only real family member you have over there really is Brooke.
Yeah, because that's your auntie. Well, I mean, RJ and Brooke is RJ is your cousin, and Brooke is your auntie.
They barely acknowledge that. They acknowledged that on Monday, but they act like they're not cousins. So I won't even treat them like they're cousins. But your auntie is over there. But your family, your mother, your father, who just got married, she has her business. He has his conglomerate. You don't want to be a part of that, but you're going to stick up for the Forresters when you don't even have the whole story. And like his daddy was saying, you are just an intern.
Right. Pushing pens and coffee.
Okay? Couldn't be more accurate.
Talking about, I like my career. What career, dude? What career? They're not going to give you that much to do. You, like you said, Bree, earlier, you're not a designer. You're not even, are you even working in the mailroom? Or you just hanging out? And because they did have him in a scene, was it today's episode? No, yesterday. Where he walking around sitting in the CEO office with his feet put up at the table looking in folders of paper. What was that? Were you just checking for what? Doing spell checks, proofreading? What were you doing?
Nothing C-suite worthy where he could have a C-suite position over at Spencer.
Girl, he ain't gonna get no farther than what he's doing. They don't trust his family. You're the son of the man that that Ridge hate. So as much as you think like, oh, it's gonna be nice, you're a good worker, that's all you're not gonna get that far. RJ already don't trust you.
And all it takes is for you to disagree with any one of them, especially Ridge, and you're gonna wait for the opportunity for them to fire you.
That's why I don't understand why Steffi didn't let that boy go. She should have told him, you know what, hey, go work for your legacy. Why would you want to keep him there?
Yeah.
At least we know. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, girl.
No, I was going to say, and then allow RJ to push him around and telling him, well, he needs to be fired.
Right.
That's all it takes.
You mad at the wrong people. If you having problems with your life, it's because the Forresters are butthurt. Your dad and your mom did this the proper way. I mean, the name Logan was up for grabs. They lost the trademark. That was on Forrester. Eric came to them, made a business transaction, cash in hand for your designs. They own them. What's the problem? Ridge and Brooke are just mad because of the fact that they didn't get Eric's last designs.
They were lazy. And they went from letting the company slip out of their hands to finally regaining the company back and then letting all this other stuff slip through the cracks.
Yep.
You got Ridge, who was more concerned with trying to get his Logan back and get this and get that. All the business sense had went out the window. And on top of that, while Brooke is talking about like, oh, my name, Katie hit it on the head. Like, look, you weren't concerned about maintaining that trademark and that you let it slip through the cracks.
Yep.
So it could have went, if it wasn't Katie, it could have been somebody else.
Then what? You gonna get mad at them for taking Logan? What if Victor Newman took a hold of it? He buying new companies because he lost his and got that trademark. You gonna get mad at Victor?
Exactly. Like, it is business. And she keeps saying she's a businesswoman and she has all this experience over Katie and all yada, yada, yada. But The smallest thing you let slip through the crack, and now you're mad because your sister wants to use y'all's last name, y'all maiden name that was given to you by your mother and your father.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Brooke is like my name. Girl, stop.
I'm like, I wouldn't want that name.
And she keep talking about my little sister. Stop. Would you cut that out? Y'all grown women now. Is she younger
Right.
than you? Yes. She's not your little sister. Like y'all 12 or something.
Right. Like your little sister following you and trying to wear your clothes or something. It's not the same situation. It's this was business. Dude, now my thing is it going to benefit Katie in the long run? No. But in this particular case, they did nothing wrong except for not hire another designer.
Well,
But
that's what I'm curious about. And you know, it's 4 o'clock 5 year time. You know, we got to see what's going on with tomorrow.
yeah,
Um, they said that this was a sneak peek to the rest of their line. I'm wondering what they're going to do now. Are they going to hire Deke? Are they going to get some other fashion designer to pick up? Because I hope they don't drop Katie for her to just not have nothing. You know what I mean? Because I mean, we still got, um, our Will over there. You know, it's a lot of drama going on. I would like for them to extend it, maybe by getting a different designer, because they were saying that was a kickoff.
yeah, I don't see it. Um, like unless by a miracle we get like a surprise like casting, maybe
Shoot, put
someone
Thomas over there. I don't care, girl.
like get and we need to talk about the men's line thing, but
We can talk. We'll
just
save that for Thursday.
yeah, we definitely need to. But if they bring somebody like a familiar face, like an Amber Moore, who has the years of experience and has
Hmm.
also worked over at Forrester and seen like how the designs were over there, that would be refreshing. And then bring Deke over there, like actually make use of the Deke character. Like I understand the pizza is his daddy's legacy. I get it, but let him actually be a designer for a little bit. Give him
Hmm.
something.
Yeah, especially how he feels about the Foresters and how they cut him loose and stuff like that. Why not give him? You offered this boy a job in the first place. Y'all should have just let him come over there. But obviously, they did the Eric thing for February sweeps. So,
Yeah, I think by May sweeps, Katie's line is going to plunder, but we'll see.
yeah, I hope not. Well, I guess, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Will has got to take on when we get ready to do seats and all that. Because we're probably going to still come back. And, because there's a lot of people that might not be on this live. Maybe they'll catch it later. But they'll be on
Right.
the weekly chat. We're definitely going to, talk about some of the stuff that happened on Monday. And then, of course, some of the stuff that happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. I'm hoping that Phyllis didn't do what I what I think Victor wanted her to do. I'm just hoping that she get caught before she signed that contract. The Billy or somebody, the Abbotts, give her a heads up before she get it back to Victor. So
We'll find out here shortly.
yeah,
Trying to see if the
and
episode is loaded now.
oh, good. Send me the link if you can, or drop it in the group chat.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, and then yeah, as for Bold, what is Dylan's response? Is she gonna clap back tomorrow with, okay, well, I didn't kiss him until after you kissed RJ first. Please give her a dose of reality because she's sitting on something that she's accusing everybody else of doing. But yeah, we know about your kiss, ma'am. Me and Will.
But and there's nothing wrong with being sweet and kind, but just have a bit of a backbone. That's the part I'm not understanding with both Dylan and Katie. Like, don't be intimidated by these women. Like,
Right.
no, they're not special.
Right. And then if you still need a little support, go talk to Steph. Steph will help give you a voice.
Okay, she got all the backbone. We saw
Mm-hmm.
how she moved them shoulders when she pushed Hope
Exactly.
almost to the ground.
So I mean, you got one of the fiercest women on the
On your
show, which is
side.
Steph, on your side. So that should be
Like, you
enough to
can't beat
be
that.
like, you know what? Just yeah, forget y'all. Steffi want me here. I don't care what you know. So all right, we're gonna let you guys go. It's a couple minutes after the hour. I just wanted Bree and I just wanted to jump on and kind of dive deep and kind of roast some of these folks. Kane and Nate and Diane and Will Spencer and Ivy and Electra because they really, really get on our nerves today.
Yeah, we couldn't hold it in. We had to say something. We know you guys as Soapies had to get it off your chest. You're like, we feel better
Yeah,
now.
girl, did you see the chat section? I see people over there that I've never seen before, like Leo Leia Tetsuka. She been commenting all up and down here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to the chat, she had a lot to say today. So make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. We do this every week, whether it's Friday night or Monday night. So, I want to welcome you in. I saw that name, the Chameleon 703. That's a new one. Trying to go through here. And then, of course, our usuals, Aisha and Sawana and Sandra. But yeah, we had a couple new folks pop in. So I hope you enjoy our chat. We will be going live. Oh, Michelle Parker 4689. Welcome in. Um, we will be going live again on Thursday. So Tanya Johnson, wow, there's quite a few new folks in here, and they've been commenting.
And
So I'm glad you enjoyed this little quick afternoon chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, you're welcome, Leo Leia. Make sure you come back. We will be back live on Thursday night
Thursday.
to talk about. And remember, you guys, the soaps are not coming on Thursday and Friday. It is preempted for March Madness. So, okie dokie.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we're going to let you guys go. We will see you guys in a couple days. Have an amazing rest of your week. And until next time, bye, Soapies.
Bye, guys.